Hey everybody, welcome back to the JOE ROCKSTAR channel and the 13th running of the San Manuel Copper Classic. This marks my 4th trip to this event. I raced it once as my first 40C race. And when I say I raced it, I really mean that I crashed a lot and limped home. Now that race sticks out in my memory as the toughest race I've ever participated in. But now I'm a very different rider, and I see San Manuel as the best race course in the entire Arizona Off-Road Championship Series. Unfortunately, as a member of the Trail Riders of Southern Arizona MC, the club that puts on this awesome event, I'm expected to work this race. Now it's considered good etiquette by my fellow members, and working a race is required for the AMRA season points battle, so if you have to work one, it makes sense that you work your club's race. But I gotta tell you, it really sucks, because this is what I missed out on. Now I don't want to give the impression that working a race event was a bummer. On the contrary, even though there's a lot of work, there's also a lot of fun. You get plenty of time to ride the course leading up to the race. You have to go out there and burn it in, you ride out to spots that need repairs, and you go out to check and make sure that all the marking is adequate. There's also something to be said about being in the race atmosphere without the pressure of actually racing. I had more time to meet new people, and I even got my picture taken with awesome riders like this guy. Thanks to the members of TRS, this year's Copper Classic was one of the best ever. My only regret is that I wanted to race it because it's such a great course. But as awesome as this race was, no event is perfect. Although the club did a great job here, the scoring issues that have plagued this series would once again rear its ugly head. Now if you've raced this series, you know that scoring has been troublesome. Some of you have taken to social media to voice your reservations about this issue. And it's no surprise that racers are not happy about this. In some cases, during the week after an event, it seems like it's a game of musical podiums while the results are investigated, corrected, or not corrected, investigated again, and then finalized. Most of us would agree that it's not too much to ask for to have accurate race results before we leave the track. Heck, some race organizations have monitors at the finish of each race showing you where you placed as soon as you cross the line, so it's not like we're asking for some technological miracle here. It's not rocket science, so we all probably have the same question. How hard can it possibly be? Well, the answer is not as simple as you think, and while it's easy to complain and get angry, solving this issue is much harder.
I'm headed over to the checkout over here because we've had a season here where there's been a lot of questions about scoring, and so I'm going to give you guys a glimpse at what's going on when riders come through the gates. So this is the checkout to one of the tests. And that little doohickey up there is supposed to read the transponders on the helmets as people come through. Sometimes those things don't work exactly the way they're supposed to, so as a backup, we have people like these over here writing down each of your numbers as you come through and the time that you came through.
What most of us don't understand is that each of the scoring problems we've had this season cannot all be attributed to just one problem that can easily be identified and fixed. According to AMRA officials, there have been different issues for each race. Some of them stem from weather. A lot of it has to do with the mud being a huge problem. Others are hardware issues, and even the racers shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, come on, almost 20 racers forgot to put their transponders on in round 5. I mean, how hard is it to put that darn sticker under your visor before you go race? But I digress. When it comes to scoring problems, even though it seems like an AMRA issue, AMRA is not alone when it comes to scoring woes. AMA off-road manager Eric Kudla chimed in on social media. He says, and I quote, "In traveling across the United States with people using all different scoring software, there isn't a fix-all scoring program. Even Supercross has issues. The trick is to have good hardware first." Now this is pretty much what we saw this weekend. Here's scoring volunteer Nikki talking about her observations while working at the scoring checkpoint.
You said it was sensitive and it was getting people...
Yeah, so sometimes it would get people before they cross the line, sometimes it would get people like on the side, and then sometimes it wouldn't get anybody at all, like wouldn't get them at all because we had 3 manually recorders who all matched their data, but then the computer would miss people.
Right, and so so when that happens, we have to fall back on your guys' backup sheets. And obviously that happens quite a bit, I guess, right?
Yeah, and then like we were going through and like the person in the computer was asking like, who is the person between this number and this number? And it was like a mess.
So when technology is failing, it's up to a few people with pens to keep track of the scoring sheets. And TRS had a great procedure of calling out each rider's number by megaphone to assist the manual scorers in keeping track.
23 Charlie. 22 Bravo.
After that, all of that data needs to be input and reviewed. For this task, AMRA has hired Denise. She's an independent scorer who has the unfortunate job of looking at the data just like you and saying, "What the F?" And then she has to figure out what the heck happened for 200 plus racers. While we're all packing it up and getting on the highway, be confident that she is on the job. It may take her a day or two, but she's going to get it all sorted out. Meanwhile, we can all stop using social media as if it's a legitimate means to protest scoring issues. And make your scoring inquiries to scoring@amraracing.com. For other issues with the race, contact the race stewards via email. Let's not turn to Facebook and start a flame war. We might end up saying things to each other that we might regret the next time we have to see each other.
The most uninteresting man in San Manuel. In San Manuel. Let's keep it real.
Now, in my limited investigation, it looks like maybe our hardware could use an upgrade. Possibly something more like the hardware used at the Sprint Hero Enduro. And this is sure to be an expensive fix. Racers would in turn have to see race fees and membership dues increase in order to pay for something like this, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree that it might be worth it. But before any drastic measures are taken, we should all take a deep breath, have some patience, and see if this problem gets worked out another way. I have a lot of confidence that this volunteer nonprofit organization wants nothing more than to put on the best race series for its customers, the racers, members, and fans. And I believe they will always strive to do what it takes to get there. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. To ensure you don't miss a single episode, subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon to receive a notification whenever a new video comes out. For the more serious rock stars out there, you can support the channel through my website at www.joerockstar.com. There you will find links to help keep the channel running via PayPal, Patreon, or purchasing Joe Rockstar gear like hats and t-shirts.